It's not just a lighter, okay? It tells a story about the things that I do. Hello, I'm Matthew, 3-time Magic Champion and Magic Coach living here in Cambridge, and today I'm talking everyday carry, EDC. I quite like nice things that feel nice in the hands, look great, and also are really practical. So let's get straight into it. So I use a lot of fire when I perform, and I think it enhances some of the magic that I do, and it creates a bit of mystery. People just inherently are attracted to fire. And in order to set that fire, I need to use a lighter. Now, ordinarily, people might use one of these, a plastic kind of cricket or Bic lighter, which is fine, but I don't think that suits my style. Being the master of mystery, would they really carry around something like this? The answer to that is no, definitely not. They would carry around something more like this, which is a Zippo lighter. It has this classic noise that every Zippo makes. Lovely. Lights almost every time. Very easy to refill if I need to refill it. This pops open. Use some Zippo lighter fluid, chuck that in there. If you need to replace the flint, then that's relatively easy as well. And it just looks the part. It looks and feels nice to use, and it's just a lovely item, even just to play with it. It's just a lovely thing. You can do tricks with it as well. I don't tend to do tricks with this when I perform. I use it literally for its own function. But yeah, that's the Zippo lighter. It's the replica 1935 version if you're interested in getting one. You can get it on the Zippo website, but they have literally hundreds of different styles, colours, shapes, themes, the lot. So yeah, first up is the Zippo lighter. It's one of my prized possessions. Now, of course, as a magician, I do magic using playing cards, and playing cards tend to come in packets like this. You unwrap the cellophane and you're into your playing cards. The problem with these cardboard cases is they get tatty very quickly and they just don't look the part with what I'm trying to do. I'm dressed really smartly in a 3-piece suit, wearing an ascot, generally in some high-end venue in London or Cambridge, surrounded by other people that have dressed up for the occasion. Suddenly, if I was to bring out a tatty old box of playing cards with no context at all, it just doesn't fit with what I'm wearing and the other things that I'm carrying and using. So I use one of these. Now, this is a leather card case. This was created by Jerry O'Connell. You can't get hold of these anymore. I've got 2 of these cases. The first one I bought was 18 years ago. It's still working well. This is the other one that was gifted to me by Craig from 4Fs, so shout out to Craig. And what's nice about it is as soon as you take it out and people realise it's the case for my playing cards, they suddenly have a new kind of look at what I'm about to do. There's a bit more intrigue of, oh, this guy's going to be good. He's got a case for his cards. He must be good. Now, clearly, I need to then pay off on that. I can't then just do something rubbish. There's just something really nice about having playing cards kept in a nice leather case, neatly away, and it just creates the right impression for me. So a leather card case, highly recommend. Next up, I often get things signed and things written on when I perform using a Sharpie. This is what a Sharpie would ordinarily look like. And again, this, with what I'm wearing and everything, my whole look just looks a little bit kind of too ordinary for the Master of Mystery. So I use one of these. It's called a Sherpa, and it's essentially a suit for your Sharpie pen. This is the brushed steel version. I also have a midnight black, which is at the other house. But essentially, you take your Sharpie, chuck it in here, and now you've got a posh Sharpie that looks the part. That just fits me. And what's really nice is when I take this out, people go, that's a really nice pen. They realise it's a permanent marker, and when you give them the pen to use, it's just a nicer experience for them to sign a card with. It sounds ridiculous and it sounds little, but it's these tiny touches that make the whole experience of watching magic and experiencing magic with me just that little bit better. Takes everything up a slight notch. So yeah, Sherpa pens. You can get these in loads of different colours, and you can get ones that suit your whole vibe. So I've got this one, like I say, and I've got one in midnight black, which is really cool as well. So yeah, Sherpa pen elevates your magical needs. Next up are these. Now, every time I work, I want to look, feel, and smell my best. There's nothing worse than bumping into somebody and realising they just reek of BO or they just don't smell very nice. So I carry these around. There's different aftershave in each of these, and the way they work is you take this off, and there's a little pump at the bottom. You take the cap off of the aftershave, and you just pump. It fills this up, and then you pop it back in here. There's two different brands here. These are the Travalo range, these two, and this one is a new one I got recently, the Reserva Butler, which is actually slightly nicer because the bottom bit isn't exposed on the Reserva Butler one. So I have done a review on these ones, but I did do a review on a whole bunch of atomizers. These turned out best. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link at the end of this video. But yes, carrying around an atomizer just to top up your fragrance as you're walking around an event. You know, sometimes you get hot, you get stuffy. I'm wearing 4 layers when I work, so I have an undershirt, a shirt, a waistcoat, and a jacket. And so it does get hot, it can get stuffy, and I just want to make sure I always smell my best. So yes, highly recommend those. Wouldn't work without them. As a magician, my hands play a central role in everything I do. Everything I pick up and handle, I'm shaking people's hands, I'm grasping people's hands, moving things closer, further away, doing whatever I am. I'm interacting with people and they're gonna see my hands is the point. And there's nothing worse than seeing a magician's hands where the nails have been chewed, there's dirt under nails, or a nail is a little bit longer than the others. It just doesn't look right. It makes it seem as if they don't look after themselves. Are they gonna look after me? Where have those props been? I'm not quite sure if they're gonna be hygienic, etc, etc. I like to look after my hands. They're not kind of perfect. I've just moved house, so they're a little bit dry at the moment, but these are my hands and my nails. I hope the camera can pick that up. The point is I carry one of these. This is a little travel nail file. Now I've not been able to find these with a hole in anywhere. I found them solid, but this keyring style, it came in a set that I got for Christmas, I don't know, 3 years ago. It's still going strong, and whenever I'm on the road and I get like a little hang nail or something that needs to be sorted out, or I see that a nail's a little bit too long like it is today, this middle nail needs filing, I can just give it a file while I'm on the road or when I'm about to start a booking, and it just keeps my hands well manicured, and it stops me from either biting a hangnail or catching it on a piece of clothing or something, which is then going to ruin a suit or a shirt or whatever. So carrying around a nail file is literally life-changing, just day-to-day life, not even as a magician. So I highly recommend carrying a travel nail file. There we go. And as a bonus, I carry one of these. This is a Wild deodorant stick. It's a travel size. You push your finger through the bottom and then you just wipe that under your arms and you're good to go. This is brilliant for carrying in my gig bag whenever I'm either working in London, having to sort of ship myself here, there and everywhere. Having one of these, it's been a little bit of a lifesaver. I chuck it in my bag, it's tiny. But the great thing about Wild is it covers all odour, believe me, and it lasts a very long time. The scent as well is very subtle and it's not too, I think this is the cotton. I always went, yeah, fresh cotton and sea salt. I've tried a lot of their different flavours. But fresh cotton and sea salt seems to be their best. So yeah, Wild travel deodorant stick, highly recommend. There we go. If you've made it to the end, then put your favourite hat emoji down in the comments. And if you like this video, you'll love this one, which is my ultimate atomizers review. You're welcome. Catch you in a bit.